Welcome back to Spill the Tea, the only show where you can get influencers' opinions on your personal gossip. Now, today's guest is a personal friend of mine. You may know her as Jessica Turner, I know her as Pokey Wokey, and over the past couple of years, she's amassed over 2 million followers. So let's do what we do best, sit down and let's chat.
Hi.
Hello, hi girl, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Just gonna struggle to get my crocs
You're right, do you need some help?
No, I'm fine,
Okay.
I'm good.
You're off now,
We're all
you're
good
alright.
here.
Do you want some blanket?
Yeah, I want some blanket, I wanna get cozy.
Get warm. Get comfy.
Did you get here okay?
Yeah, I was fine, yeah. Thanks for asking.
Staff been good?
Yeah.
Staff have been good.
Yeah, they've been alright.
Oh, it's good to see. I've not seen you in ages.
I know. It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
It's been a hot
bit.
minute. You've been too busy with your job.
I've been very busy recently, yeah.
Too busy for me, apparently.
Not too busy for everyone, to be fair.
Yeah, I've seen. Well, you're here to do an interview.
Yes, I am, yeah.
You are here to. So. Why did-
Interview. Interview me.
Okay, why did you start posting on TikTok? Let the people know.
Okay, so everyone was really bored in lockdown, and I was also really bored. So I just started posting like you know, everyone did like Charli D'Amelio dances and stuff like that, and Addison Rae, they were all kind of renegade. Oh yeah. Well, I just started doing random stuff like that, and then I moved on to like Get Ready With Me and stuff, and I was just talking about, you know, just literally giving my opinion.
You were being authentically yourself.
Yeah, I was literally just doing stuff. I was like, you know how like, you have a private story on like
You was
on
treating
Snapchat.
TikTok like your private story.
Yeah, I know. I genuinely was. I was just like, so guys, this has happened, blah blah blah, and people just started to watch it, and I was.
They were
and
engaged. You were entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I thought so, and now apparently the people think so. So it's validation, isn't it?
Validation's
Yeah.
cute. I love that.
Same.
So on TikTok, obviously you started out on there.
Yeah.
But who is your favourite TikToker on that platform?
Okay, I've got a few. I think. Okay, so in I feel like America, like, do you know Kirby? She's.
Don't know
Do you know?
if I do.
Right, do you know the film Tall Girl?
I do.
Yeah, the guy who plays the tall guy is
Okay.
his girlfriend.
Oh my god, he makes music now.
Yeah. He's touring at the minute, I think, or he's just got
Damn.
back.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I've
but
seen advertisements on
She's
TikTok.
one of my favourites. But I also, if we're talking like locally, I guess, like, do you know like Ella and Matthew?
No.
You're not on gay TikTok.
I'm not on gay TikTok, I'm so sorry. I'm not on gay
No,
TikTok.
but anyway, they make like, they did separate stuff, but like she's lesbian, he's gay, and they make like TikToks.
Oh, that's
with
like
that.
a power partnership.
Yeah, that's what I
like-
mean. It's like a lavender marriage thing.
Yeah, lavender
I love
marriage.
it. I love them both. They're so, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a deep dive into Jess's
Into
TikTok
my
for you
TikTok
page.
Yeah. It's very muddled though.
Are you an avid watcher of TikTok?
Yeah. That's why it's so random. I'll get like,
Just get lost in it.
yeah, I get random stuff that you send me as well now.
I do spam you,
You send me dodgy stuff.
but that's like, I send you funny stuff.
Yeah, dodgy
Broken
stuff.
humour.
Yeah. No, but then now I have like a lot of brain rot stuff on my page.
Well, let's talk about the reels you send me on Instagram.
You send me the reels on Instagram. Yours is some of yours. Oh my god.
But so it's
Okay.
no, but because I remember seeing you like earlier on, like before you blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
You'd be setting up the phone. I'd be like cooking us food or something, or you'd be doing your makeup and the phone would be set up, and I'd be like, well, I don't want to be in the screen on it, but what is she
you
doing?
You probably are in some of my
yeah,
TikToks.
because at first I'd
in
be
the
like, oh,
background.
she's just doing a private story. No, it goes on actual TikTok.
It's pretty much just my private story.
But like I do remember like early on, and I'd see you doing it, and it's crazy to think that that's now like a full-time job. So when
Yeah.
did it become a full-time job for you? Like, because when you quit your job, like I only remember the night before. The
Yeah.
night before, you were writing up your resignation,
Yeah.
you were worrying about it. One second you were worrying, the next we were screaming Taylor Swift. We were just like dancing around in the kitchen.
Yeah.
What was it like the next day, like seeing you, because you would have seen them after you'd quit your job, after you'd handed that in.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
So it was weird, like you said, like I was like shit at it. And I was just like, I think I just kind of realised like I thought about it while I was scared, and I was like, but it had become too much doing social media and also having a job. So it was like, it was a lot. So I just kind of focused on the fact that I'm going to get to do what I actually like doing. Like, I liked my job. It was all right, but it was like, I very much prefer my job now. So I think I just focused on the positives rather than
It's kind of like
scared.
you worked, and then TikTok was less of, when it becomes less of a hobby and you were doing it purely for brand deals and making income on it, that's when it becomes less of a hobby. Even though you enjoy doing it, it's more of like a work
job.
Like,
I never wanted it to become like my job, I guess, like a chore, like I have to do it to make money. And it hasn't, but I feel like with a lot of influencers, it's kind of become just something that they have to do because
and you don't want that to drain you.
That's why I was scared of letting go of my actual like job, like
I think if
big girl job.
If you were posting the way you do now, because you're constantly making videos, editing, posting. If you were also doing your job alongside that, you'd burn out.
Yeah,
100%.
like you've seen me like on my laptop editing and stuff. Like it's a lot easier than most jobs. Like let's just say that. However, it's still
anyone can do it. You pick up a phone, you pick up a camera, you can do it.
Literally, you just have to like get the right video. But it's still it's time consuming more than anything.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have, I feel like, balanced everything.
Keep it balanced.
Yeah, you need a bit. Yeah.
Is there anyone that influences what you post?
I don't think anyone really influences me. I think I like look up to a lot of creators. Like Ella and Matthew, like I said, and like people like that. Like I look up to them because like they've been doing it longer and they've got more followers. So I kind of look up to them, but I don't necessarily like take inspiration from them.
Yeah, because I know that obviously just looking at from outside person's view, because I have a big For You page of like different stuff coming up, because I meet lots of different people on the show, and when you talk about people that obviously don't really influence your work, I know of TikTokers or people, influencers that I feel like would fall under the same umbrella as you, like Emma Chamberlain. But obviously, I say that because to be fair, you guys started posting around about the same time.
I've never watched Emma Chamberlain.
That's where we come from.
I know who she is, obviously. Like but I
don't watch people that post the same thing as you because it just gets all too consuming and too the same.
I like to like separate what I'm doing compared to what I'm watching. Because if I'm watching stuff, I'm not like.
Oh, let me just remake that.
Let me just. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. That like if I see something, I'm like, oh, that's quite funny. Like. I should, if it's a trend or something that's like about like kind of, if it's like kind of my vibe, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll do that trend.
Yeah.
But that's if it's a trend, not if it's like someone's posted this video and it's original, I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah, I hate people that like steal something and then like name it as their own. Like, oh, I did it first. No, you didn't.
Yeah, like girl, at least
there's date times. There's literally timestamps.
There's
timestamps.
Like it literally says like 2 months before. But okay.
It's like, oh yeah, I made it. No, you didn't.
No.
Let's not have that. Did you expect to gain as many followers as you did?
No.
Just straight up. No.
No, absolutely not.
I wasn't expecting like 2 million and counting.
No, like I said before, like I just kind of use it as a private story, like a venting thing. Like I just chat shit. No, like
you do. Like
I just tried shit, and like kind of went from there. Like. I do that in my everyday life anyway, and I was like, do you know what, let me just put a camera in front of it, see what happens, see what people think.
And now you're making an earning.
And now I'm making an earning off it. It's weird. It's really mad.
So when you're making videos, you're not always on your own. There are people that you collab with. Who is your favourite collaboration?
Oh, this is hard. I feel like I don't have one specific favourite. I feel like everyone that I've done videos with, like I mentioned Katie before, I've done videos with her, and it was like, she's so lovely. Like she's one of my friends now, and it's I don't know. It's not, there's not one specific person. I've been really lucky to work with the people that have, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've been given.
It opens a lot of doors, it does.
It really does, yeah. Like the people that I've met is like just wild, like just through like a stupid app.
Just a stupid app.
Stupid little app.
It's mad that like it started as Musical.ly.
Yeah, I know. Did you have Musical.ly?
I did have
Okay,
Musical.ly.
good. Because I've spoken to people and I was like, oh my God, that looks like a Musical.ly. And they're like, what's a Musical.ly?
Have you noticed though, like, muses, like obviously that's what they used to
Yeah.
call.
Oh my God, wait, Baby Ariel.
like
yeah.
Jacob Sartorius, they've not like fallen off the face of the earth, but you don't really see them anymore. Sweatshirt.
Do you know who I loved on Musical.ly and I still follow?
Lauren Gray.
Lauren Gray. I still follow her on Snapchat, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Yeah.
I love her. I was so jealous of her because she's so pretty. Not jealous in like a bad way, but she's.
I always thought she was younger than she actually is. I think she's like 20-odd-year-old now.
Yeah, I feel like she's older than me.
24.
Yeah.
25, like, that's crazy.
But like, do you remember, I don't know if you might remember this, Baby Ariel went on like a morning talk show and she was like teaching people how to do Musical.ly and she was just like in slow motion just like going like, it was like so,
like looking back at that, like
so,
that was like a moment in time and like, no, that's mad to think.
Honestly, I kind of miss Musical.ly. It was so much more
You
chill.
could just make Musical.lys on TikTok.
Like, but the thing is, I would not have these followers because TikTok and Musical.ly are very different. Musical.ly was literally
very different.
Musical.ly was just lip syncing, whereas.
But people still had fun with it.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Okay.
It was kind of like Vine.
It was, Vine.
R.I.P. Vine.
R.I.P. Vine. So, guys, now it's time for the part of the show what you've all been waiting for. Let's find out if you are in fact the arsehole. Welcome to the Cozy Corner. How do you feel?
I feel cozy.
Oh,
How do you feel?
I feel ready to hear some arsehole stories.
Yes.
All right. So, am I the arsehole for charging my friend more than half the rent without him knowing?
Yes. I feel like yes.
Should we have a bit of backstory to it?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. I'm the only leaseholder on my 2-bed apartment. For about 4 months, my friend and his brother were renting out the master bedroom from me and sharing it. I was dividing the rent 40-30-30 and everyone was happy. Last month, his brother left and it was just the two of us. I discussed with my friend that since he had the master bedroom, his rent would be £200 more than mine. I said that we could switch rooms and I'd pay the higher rent. This was the arrangement with the previous roommates too. He complained that it was unfair and that it should be a simple 50-50. He also complained a lot about switching, saying he had a lot more stuff and it was going to be so much hassle to move and that he had to go into work while I worked from home, so he spent less time in the apartment than I do. He also said we were friends and that was being a bit cold and greedy. It got pretty heated and I dropped the issue. Once his brother had left, the rent was due. He asked me how much I had to pay. I said $1,100, which is the amount including the master bedroom premium. He paid it without a fuss. Yesterday he asked me to remind him again about the rent, and I said $1,100. He paid me again without an issue. Am I the arsehole here?
Okay. I feel like it depends how big this master bedroom is. If it's like noticeably bigger, like the other room's like a box room and that one's like a full-on master suite with like an ensuite and
well, it's saying
everything.
Master bedroom premium, so I'm thinking like it's got an ensuite.
We don't know
and
what that
everything.
means. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd need to see how big. However, if you're gonna actually do that, I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like he'd say, "Oh, I'll pay $200 more." Like, but like, would you?
What, like switching
would you
the
put
rooms?
your money where your mouth is?
Well, that's the thing. He's giving him the it's £200 more.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'll switch rooms with you if you really want. To be fair, if you're working from home, surely you'd want the bigger room if you're the leaseholder as well.
Okay, the guy's complaining. He's like, oh, like, you know, I have to go to work, you don't. So I spend less time in the apartment. So why would you want the master bedroom?
Because he's got more things, apparently.
Yeah, but
it shouldn't go off that.
No, it should go off.
It's not like he can't afford it, though, because he's happily paying it without knowing that he's being charged more.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'd be upset if I didn't know as well. It's the fact that I think he didn't know. That's what's a bit iffy. But I think
the price isn't a problem to him.
Why don't you just, if you're that bothered, why don't you just swap rooms?
Yeah. Well, there's no actual issue right now. The guy just doesn't know.
Yeah.
I think the master bedroom is pretty big considering his brother was in there with him too. And like if you're living with a sibling, you cannot be in a confined small room.
No, that's true. That is true.
So it must be
pretty big.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like
I think he's not being an arsehole, but
he should have told him.
He should tell him.
He's not I think they're both a bit of arseholes.
I think if you really are friends, this shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. And if not, then just get different friends.
Okay, back to the couch. And now we're back for some more questions with Jess. So, what would you say to people who want to be an influencer?
I think I'd just say make sure that you want to do it, because like I said, it's an easy job. Like, anyone can do it. Like, don't think that you can't do it, because anyone can do it. The only thing that is like more of a negative is how time consuming it is. Like, it's not hard. It's anyone can do it. Like, it's the time that it takes to
having the
think
target
of the
audience,
videos. And
it's having a target audience that you need to make sure the stuff that you're making is
for your followers.
I mean, for the followers, even if you're not getting them yet, but also be aware.
Yeah.
The title of being an influencer, like, it's very heavy. As in, you have to remember the people that are watching. You don't know every single age range you've got watching. You need to be careful what you're posting.
You very much
what
need
you're
to be careful
promoting,
what you post.
What you're promoting, because one of the things within the social media industry is you have to be careful of that, because there's a lot of like stuff like politics
cancel
or
culture
being cancel culture. You need to
cancel
be aware.
culture is so
anything you've posted in the past can get brought up, so be very careful and aware of that.
Cancel culture is so as well, like, just very. If you make the slightest movement, it's slightest mistake. That's it. Like, you're done. Like,
all eyes on you.
Yeah, and like, obviously it's good for some things. Like, there are bad people who post and they should be aware.
Out,
but it is just something that you have to be very aware of. Like, if I don't know. Yeah, I think the time-consuming thing and the making sure you want those eyes on you, because like, don't do anything for followers. If you want to do it, just
do it for fun.
Do it for you.
you.
Because if you're doing it for followers, then it takes away the fun out of it. If you're doing it for views, you're taking away the point.
Exactly. What was your I made it moment?
I think, I went to a movie premiere and I like interviewed a lot of the cast, and that was, I feel like I've not made it, but that was very much like it
was like an opportunity you were given.
Yeah, that I wouldn't have got without
it.
Like, without my followers and TikTok and stuff.
I feel like I know the movie.
You do?
Oh my gosh, give me a second. Name one of the actors for it.
Zendaya. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh my gosh, Dune.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I literally
the recent one, Dune 2. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get to interview Zayn?
One Direction. I wish. I absolutely wish.
Did you get to interview Zendaya or Florence Pugh?
I got to interview Florence Pugh.
No, I love Florence Pugh. No, she's my favourite actress.
It was like actually talking to a god, like talking to a goddess.
Awestruck.
Oh my god. I was like, I kept fumbling over my words. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I would too.
She was so sweet though. She's so pretty.
Imagine being able to. Oh my gosh, I love being able to.
I was like this close to her.
It's like, hi.
It's like, oh my god. my arm was like that close to her, so I was like, oh my god.
But it's like that moment where you get to interview like someone who's not even in your like influencers. So like
she's
a movie star.
High like
movie stars, singers. It's mad.
Yeah, it honestly. If I could interview like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift would be. I don't think I'd want to because
you'd make it in life.
No, but I don't think I'd want to.
Oh.
Because I'd be too scared. I'd be way too scared.
Maybe not interview her, but meet her and give her a hug.
Yes.
I think that would be.
Yeah.
No, but obviously, speaking of that wasn't obviously a goal you set in life to be able to do that. That just came along and you was like, I'll grab that opportunity. But is there any milestones that you set or goals that you're like, I want to reach this or I want to do this?
I don't necessarily like set certain goals. Like, I have goals in life, but none that I'm always aiming for them. Mm-hmm. But it's more just
the next best thing.
I'm just for now. I'm just kind of going along with what I get, but I am like trying to do like one thing I really want to do is like movies and stuff. So I'm trying to get agents and stuff and like audition and
trying to like fill your day with productive things.
Yeah, because that's a really big goal for me.
It's going to be a bit confusing for the viewers, watchers, when we say you were making TikToks at work. Okay. So let's give them an insight of like what was your job before you obviously quit and.
So I I was a bartender. I was a glass collector for a while, but I didn't do TikTok at that point. But I was working at a bar. I was a bartender, and I was doing TikToks at work. But if it was dead and my manager wasn't there, I'd put the phone like there's a bit at the bar, and then there's like an underneath bit. So I'd put like the phone there, and then I'd just get like my co-workers watching me, and be like, "What is she doing?" Like if it was like only one of my friends.
Only when it's dead though, right? Not when there's people.
No,
like,
yeah, there's
double vodka cup, please. Just like 1 minute.
Double vodka lemonade. No.
Just do the renegade.
No. Let me just chat shit about this person, please. I'm like there, go like, oh my god, guys. So basically,
wait, I'm just making a TikTok about you being a rude customer.
Can I have 5 Jaeger bombs? No, you cannot. Go away. I'd say that anyway. I hate making Jaeger bombs. I hated making Jaeger bombs so much.
Because sometimes people come up with like, "Can I have 1 Jaeger bomb?" You want me to waste about a minute of my time making 1 Jaeger bomb?
Yeah, if I'm
just order 10, please. Just get it done with.
No, yeah, no, but then they come to the bar about 5 times saying, "Can I have 1 Jaeger bomb? Can I have 1?"
It's like just order more together. It's cheaper.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not.
At your work, it's probably not. But where I used to work,
yeah, it was. They had deals on.
I used to also
They
be a
used to have deals on. Yeah.
Our deals were pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
You used to come into my work when I was working.
I know, I've got
give
pictures.
You a cheeky drink. I'd say on the house, but they didn't know.
It was like, because you make me like a triple for like £1. I was like, oh, thank you.
Right. So obviously TikTok's full time now, but do you see your career heading anywhere else? Is there anything else you want to do that's besides TikTok?
Yeah, like I said before, like I wanna be an actress. That was like my goal even before TikTok. And I didn't do TikTok so that I could, get a step up. Like I said, I did it for fun.
It helps people,
but
obviously.
It's like
obviously a lot of people wouldn't know that before TikTok you actually did.
I studied acting. That was what I was doing through COVID.
And musical theatre.
Before it hit. Yeah. So it is like a big thing for me because that's what I want to do eventually. And I've done obviously like skits and like stuff like that, and I've been to a few auditions, but
nothing that's got you that breaking. What's
now
it called?
I'm like
breakthrough.
Not breakthrough. I know what you mean. That like
big
break.
Big break.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, found it eventually. Oh, can I find it?
Oh, can I find it?
No, but oh, what was I saying?
You've not got your big break just yet.
Yeah. Like I've done little bits and I'm starting to do auditions, but I think I'm at the point now where I can actually, use my platform to get a step up. Like I know a lot of
people do it. Like obviously you've got people in the industry who people know that they started out as influencers, like Alex Warren. He is now a singer. He's still an influencer.
See,
he's making it big as a singer. Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like that's people like with talent. You get Maddie Ziegler. She's the dancer. Mackenzie Ziegler, her younger sister, also a dancer.
I love her music. I love her music
she's
so
a great singer.
Like obviously. she wasn't an influencer, but she was obviously on Dancer. She was a reality TV star, so it was that obviously definitely helped her music career. But she had talent before that.
Yeah, like I love when you obviously have influencers that have talent. Girl power. But obviously, not to call anyone out, but obviously you get a few influencers that try their hand at singing and acting, and it doesn't really go the way maybe they planned, or they didn't have their big break. So you get obviously Addison Rae having Kourtney Kardashian.
Addison Rae.
Anyway. Having Kourtney Kardashian in a film.
Yeah, that was so random. Why is Addison Rae doing a movie that was already made?
Yeah, it was like a switch.
It was she's all that, and then it was like
he's all that.
It was Freddie Prinze Jr. in it. Who do you know who played Fred in Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, but they've changed the roles. He's all that.
Yeah, why did they need to remake it? And why with Addison Rae and Kourtney Kardashian and the snot bubble thing? What was that?
Well, if I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians at one point, I was like, where's she come from?
I do love Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I think it's so funny. I don't watch it as much, but I think Kourtney's so funny. It was just really random.
But like Charli D'Amelio, Dixie
D'Amelio's music is really good. She has a good voice. I think that's an example of, someone who had talent whether she's like, you know, worked on her voice.
Yeah.
I feel like she does have like that.
Because I mean, Charlie tried her hand at singing, but I think dancing's her strong point.
And Addison Rae, they were both dancers before TikTok, and they're so good at it. Like, just maybe not acting.
Noah Beck, he's tried his hand
Noah Beck and his neck.
Noah Beck's tried his hand at acting.
Don't stop.
They're getting a sequel.
They're getting a
sequel. Did you not know?
Not my name, quarterback.
Chase, go look. Nice catch, you.
Not my name, quarterback.
Honestly, not many people have even seen that scene. It's just the
I've
TikTok
seen
noise.
the scene,
I watched the film and like.
I need to watch the film. I really want to watch it.
It's not.
From what I've seen.
It's not awful. It's not toxic, which I love. Everyone loves it because it's like a film that's not very toxic. I think it's called like Sideline, the Quarterback and Me.
The quarterback.
The quarterback.
The quarterback. No, it's because obviously when I was like with the producer, like I obviously like tried to film a TikTok and everyone was watching it in Aldi the other week.
But you tried filming
a
TikTok? I'm obviously in public.
Yeah, you were there.
I mustn't
when
have been.
With Maddie, and all I got was her with the ball in Aldi going, "Hey Chase, go long," and because that guy gave us a day.
She's like, she didn't want to finish it.
Yeah, and she was like, "No, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. No, he's give us a dirty look."
I don't want to get kicked out of Aldi.
Yeah.
I get my cheap food here.
It was. I get my little pieces. What does she get from Aldi? She gets something.
A lot.
She gets a lot.
The bags are so heavy.
Yeah, no, she always like ends up getting like a full
shop for 2 weeks.
Worth of a
yeah,
shop.
2 weeks or 3
So
weeks.
fair, Aldi's cheap. Why not? What does she get? A lot.
And we're back in the cozy corner. This is going to be an agony aunt sent in by one of you guys at home. Am I the asshole for telling my friends I can't afford to split holiday costs equally and that I'll only pay for the activities I can budget for? Straight off the bat, what are we thinking right there?
Probably not.
Okay.
Like, yeah, go on. I feel like, yeah, context.
A few friends and I are planning a holiday trip together. We've been talking about all the activities we want to do, but some of the options are really expensive, like fancy dinners and guided tours. Since my budget is a lot tighter than theirs, I told them that I'd love to join, but I would only be able to pay for the activities that fit within the budget, rather than splitting all the costs equally. This didn't go well over with a couple of friends. They feel that splitting everything equally is just what friends do, and it's awkward if I go off and do my own thing for the cheaper option while they stick to the pricier plans. One friend even said that if I'm not willing to split everything evenly, I should reconsider even going on the trip. Now I'm wondering if I'm being unreasonable by setting boundaries about what I can afford. Am I the asshole for telling my friends I won't be able to split all the costs equally?
No.
Oh my god, that was a bit of a mouthful right there. Okay, you need new friends.
That's the bottom line. You need new friends. Like, if you said something like that to me, I'd be so mad. Like, that's really cheeky.
If your friends are that bothered about you joining on these trips, they'd put the money too.
That's the thing. And even if not, if I couldn't afford whatever you're doing, and I was like, but I can go off and do my own thing. She's not complaining that they're doing it without her. She's accepted that, but she just can't afford that, and that's absolutely fine. And I just feel like if you're that like annoyed at a friend that like can't afford to do certain things, so they go off and do something else, then you're not a proper friend, because that's just weird.
It's also the group of friends that are saying, oh, it'll be awkward if you go off on your own.
Yeah.
Not her. She's happy to go off on her own and do these things.
She has no problem.
She has no problem
She's
doing
not complaining that they'll be doing it without her. She is very willing to do her own thing.
Yeah.
It's
the fact that they're still in the planning stage of the trip as well. So they're like, and they turn around saying, oh, then just don't come.
Go and have a holiday by yourself.
Go get new friends. Go on a solo trip. Do what you want. You are not being an asshole, your friends are.
Absolutely not.
So after...
No, not the asshole. But are you agreeing?
I agree with you.
Okay.
We agree completely on that one.
Yeah.
And if you have any of your own agony aunts, please send them in at @SpillTheTea on all social medias. Back to the couch. And now for our final chat on the couch with Jess.
Aww.
So, Don't be so sad about it.
I am. I've had fun.
I've had fun too. Well, we'll be seeing each other next week anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Do you enjoy meeting your fans in public? Oh.
I do, yeah, I do. I really enjoy it. I think it's, like I said before, not to... Everyone will say this, they just won't say it to someone's face. It's validation.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a bit of
who I am.
validation. Like, I mean, I'm not the type of person to care what people think of me. However, you're lying if you don't say, you know, you don't like validation.
Oh, 100%.
Which is what a lot of influencers get from, you know, people coming up to me like, oh my God, like, I love your videos. Like,
thank you.
yeah, like, oh my God, thanks. Because, I mean, it's something that you do, you don't put loads of work into. It's not like a big thing, but you put work into it and it's like appreciation of something that you've done. And it's just
a lot
nice.
of time and effort goes into it as well.
Yeah.
Whether it be like 10 minutes worth of editing or
it's
3 hours worth of
still,
editing.
It's still like a job, and it's like a well done. It's like,
Yeah, well done
Thank
for
you.
doing what you do best.
yeah, well done for just, you know, chatting shit.
Where do you meet your fans the most though?
Like, just out and about. Like, if I'm
Very detailed
walking
there.
to Tesco, yeah, I know, thanks, validation. If I'm like walking to Tesco or something, I'll just like run into people. It's mainly like, especially like if I'm in London and I'm in like I don't know, Camden or places like that. Like, there's
Like
always got to
sociable
be-
places.
Yeah, like the busier places. Like, there's always going to be, not always, but like if there's a lot of people around, usually I'll get like maybe 1 or 2 people being like, oh, I know you from TikTok.
It's like, cheers, I'm actually heading to the tube. Sorry, just need to...
No, but like, I really like it. If I'm late for something, it is, I might just...
Bit of an inconvenience.
I might just be like...
I can have a picture, but...
Yeah, like for a really quick chat. I always try to be like nice, obviously, about it, because...
They got
you
you
know,
where you are today.
What?
They got you where you are today.
Yeah. They said they got me a latte. I was so confused.
Like, oh, cheers.
I'm like, yeah, thanks for that.
Free food, free drink.
Yippee. Yippee, yippee. That's like on my brain rot as well. But like, it's really nice, like...
Just getting to see them. It's like a breath of fresh air when, like, maybe you might be having a crap day and you just
if
get
I'm
that someone's
just,
like
chilling, walking around, like... oh, God, it's...
No, I actually want to talk to you about one of the worst fan interactions you've had.
Okay.
Because there's many like times where sometimes it goes okay, sometimes it goes wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot, like most of the time it's fine. And I feel like, I don't know if I've told you about this. There was one time, yeah, you should be. There was one time, I had a fan ask me to sign her tits. Yeah.
Did you do it?
No.
Okay.
She was ready to whip them out though, which
Just like, please sign. Oh my God. Like, I've known of like artists or something like that, people will be like, oh, can you sign me and I want to get it tattooed or something like that, but just oh, can you just sign that?
Yeah. Also, like, I've got a girlfriend, so it's...
Yeah, I don't really want to be...
Yeah.
And you've got that on your platforms, like you've had
she
her
was
on
with
your
me as
socials.
well at the time.
No.
Yeah. She just like was like
Just
laughing.
gobsmacked.
Yeah, she was just there like, okay. I was like, no, it was just funny. Like, it wasn't, you know, bad.
Can you say Clubhouse? I'm sorry, I got Mickey Mouse on my brain.
Could you say shut the fuck up? Wait, I'm doing Mr. Tumble there. You sign my tits.
Yeah.
No, it was like so surreal because I was just stood there like, I mean, I'll sign something else. Like, she just then says my arse.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, it was just weird. I was like as nice as I could be, but I was so just.
It's like, I'll happily give my signature, just not there.
Yeah, and I still think, you know, I'm not like a celebrity, so giving my signature is weird.
Yeah.
But especially like
Autograph.
Can you sign my tits? Yeah, like my autograph. Yeah, not my signature.
Just like said, sign your life away.
Yeah. So these are your rights. Okay.
What was your favourite and fun interaction then? Because going on from that.
There was once this little girl, obviously I swear a lot in my content, but there was a little girl and she must have, I think she got her, on her TikTok, it was like her mum's phone, but it was a little girl that recognised me from going out and she was like, oh, you're this girl like who does these videos, and like, but she kind of thought that like I was speaking to her, I think, because she was literally about 5, but she was so sweet, and her mum like was like, oh my god, what are you doing, like, and then she recognised me. She was like, oh,
that's just something that brightens your day. That is honestly something that brightens your day.
It was the cutest interaction I've ever had.
I just feel like because kids are so like, they're not aware of the real world, so they're actually so brutally honest as well.
Yeah.
So they'll just be like, oh, I know you. Like, they wouldn't be wanting anything. Yeah, she could have come up to me and be like, oh my god, you're that like horrible person. You're that ugly, fat, annoying person that like is on my phone. Why are you on my phone? Why'd you take up all my mummy's time?
That's definitely what my little cousins are. They're like, ew, why are you on
my For You page?
Yeah,
go away, leave. Get out.
Get out of my kitchen.
Get out of my kitchen. So do you prefer meeting your fans when you're alone or when you're with friends or family?
I think it's definitely better to be with friends and family, just because I know that, you know, my fan base is usually quite sane.
Yeah.
But
well, that's weird because you're quite insane.
Haha, you're funny. But like, they might not be mentally stable, but they're definitely, you know, not usually predators.
There's no cogs missing.
No, yeah, maybe a few. But that's because it's my content, so it's totally my fault. But it obviously always helps to have like a safety net, like, because they usually, you know, there's nothing wrong with any interactions, but it helps to know that, you know, someone's here just in case it goes wrong. Like,
in case it's going wrong, there's a witness, or like you've got a friend of a.
Oh well, they could like help or something.
No, like a witness to like see if anything like bad happens, or like a scapegoat, as in, oh, me and my friend actually have to go.
Yeah, like I've got like a bit of an excuse, being like, I'm really sorry, like I'm running late, like if it gets a bit too much, and because it can do, and it's a lot sometimes, so it's nice to have someone to be like to use as like a
to use as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, well, unfortunately, the time has come for our last Am I the Asshole? So for one last time, let's make our way over to the Cozy Corner. And we're back for the final Am I the Asshole, which means the show's coming to an end, which is very sad.
That is sad.
It is very sad, but let's determine if this person's an asshole or not, because it's a pretty wordy one we've got here. So,
okay.
Am I the asshole for not going to my best friend's wedding when I'm the witness?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
I feel like
your best mate's getting married and you don't want to be there. What's going on?
We'll find out.
Okay, my best friend is having a wedding. She asked me to be her maid of honour and I was doing all the duties as one would do. She got engaged in August and wanted to get married as soon as possible. For about a month now, she's been talking about getting married in the town she lives in February 2025, which is 4 hours away from me. But I live there and have several friends I can stay with. Assuming the date of her wedding is in February, I planned a bachelor party with all of her girlfriends from all over British Columbia to celebrate her. She knows about this. Then yesterday I received a message from the bride saying that she'll be getting married before Christmas. About a month from now, in a remote town 5 hours away, she said she already booked the Airbnb for them and that I have to find my own. I am the only person she really wants there, and I legally have to be there to sign. This is where I struggle. She didn't ask me if I'm available in December. She didn't check with me if I can do the week before Christmas financially, which I can't. When we were discussing where I can stay, I was saying that everything is really expensive. Meanwhile, she has 2 giant bedroom Airbnb and didn't offer that I can crash there for one night. It's very snowy here in Canada in December, and I have to pass 2 mountain passes, and I don't feel safe to go. My partner said straight up that he is not going because it's very short notice and we don't have anyone to watch our 2 dogs. There is no reception after, so I'll end up in a hotel room by myself at 8 p.m. I'm new to these wedding ethics, and I understand that the day is about them and they can do whatever they want, but shouldn't you check in with your maid of honour? Am I making it about myself?
Okay, first off, they're not having a reception.
No.
Which I think is very strange.
Like, do what you want.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like, if you don't want a reception, fair enough. I just never heard of like.
That's weird to get people to come join and then. 5 hours away from your hometown, like,
Yeah.
the bride is definitely being a bit unreasonable. However, you being her maid of honour and best friend, you do
should
have to
be there. Also,
Yeah.
I just want to say as well, I think, okay, the thing where she was like, oh, they've got 2 massive bedrooms in this Airbnb. I'm sorry, I don't want one of my friends staying with me on my wedding night.
Yeah,
That is so weird. Like,
it is weird.
you're gonna, because even if you're like, oh, we probably won't see each other, we're in different bedrooms, you're gonna hear stuff. No, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, like, you're gonna run into each other in the kitchen. Imagine you're just like on the couch, just like, you know, watching something or whatever, and it's like the first day you're married, and then your best friend comes in and is like, hey,
Well, I
just
think-
making coffee.
Yeah, it's like the
I think
one
that was a
night.
bit weird. So I understand why she didn't ask you to stay with her, because even though they've got 2 bedrooms,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you're entitled to stay there.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there should have been more communication, because
yeah.
I do feel bad for the maid of honour, considering she planned a bachelorette party
I
for the
feel bad for
February
that.
when they're meant to be getting married, and then last minute it's all been changed,
Yeah.
and she didn't have any notice. I think the bride should have given notice and said she wanted to change the date and the plans
Yeah,
and where it's going to be.
absolutely.
So everyone had a chance to save up the money
Yeah.
for the date.
Because that's, if it's like, was it
find
a week
somewhere to
before
sit.
Christmas?
Yeah, they wanted to get married
That's-
a week before Christmas.
That's really, like, if you're like me and have a lot of kids in your family, you've got like a lot of nieces and nephews, or little
No
cousins.
one's got money financially.
No
for
one
that.
has. My birthday's like just after Christmas.
Mine's
no
2
one
weeks
can-
before it.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? We're very near Christmas, so we understand that, you know,
Money's tight.
money's tight, and
To have a wedding right then,
yeah,
like, I know you want to get married as soon as possible, but is waiting another 2 months really going to make that much of a difference?
yeah, that's what I don't get.
So she's
know.
like, the bride's kind of mucked everyone up for the sake of 2 months, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, but at the
Um,
end of the day, it's her day. It's not yours.
I think-
so. On that,
on that
kind
note,
of,
I think you're not
yeah.
being an arsehole, but you should be there for the wedding, and I think you should communicate with the bride and say, this is
Listen,
the situation.
I didn't like what you did.
Can you help?
Yeah, can you help
Yeah,
financially? If she
you've-
can't,
You've made these decisions. You've made these changes. It's up to you to figure out how I'm able to come.
yeah, how I'm able to, you know,
'Cause
afford it.
Because there's nothing in here that's saying that you don't want to be at the wedding.
Yeah,
And she wants you there
You
too.
sound like you want to be there. It's just more of a financial issue, which I understand because it is a
And
week
safety.
before Christmas
And a safety
issue. So I feel like you're both. It's the not communicating. Like
Communication is key.
communication is key. Like I just talk to each other about it, because you've both got issues. Not issues. No,
I
you
got
haven't both got
issues.
issues. You've
You
got
got too.
issues with this wedding. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I just started busting out singing. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Well, it seems that that's all we've got time for today. I would love to stay and chat, but I do see my producer frantically waving me off camera. Remember to keep us up to date with all your gossip on @SpillTheTea on all social medias. Thank you, Jess, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's been really fun.
It has been amazing.
Yeah.
Join us next week when we will be talking to Max and Harvey. Until next time, this has been Spill the Tea.